Okay, this is going to be a short video on an interesting product that I saw at Dick's Sporting Goods sometime last year, and I'm finally getting around to doing a video on it. And this is the Marksman Pocket Hunter, and that's an arrow propelling slingshot. And I was intrigued by this. It looks like it might be a compact way to project arrows some indeterminate distance, because I don't know anything about the range or capabilities of this, aside from their claim that you can propel arrows up to 115 feet per second, which is relatively leisurely for any kind of arrow. Usually it's much more than that. Particularly crossbows. Crossbow bolts go in the 300 plus feet per second range. So I think that this guy should be able to lob some arrows out fairly decent distance. But we'll just have to wait and see. And it comes with one arrow, the slingshot itself, and a field point tip. Alright, and there's the field point there. Okay, I've already taken a couple practice shots just to get the feel of it. And the one thing I notice is that you get a lot of snaking or wobble or archer's paradox or whatever. It just seems to be a little more pronounced. So pretty much use this orange paracord here to knock the arrow, and most of the time it stays in. Just like anything else, once you use it a couple times, you'll get used to it. All right. And obviously you don't tilt down. Alright, that came up a little short. And as I said, I'm just in the process of getting used to using this. So I wouldn't say that this is any indication of the potential of this. Just like anything else, once you're new to using something, it looks ugly and unkempt and everything else until you actually get used to it. Okay, this is a standard Eastman arrow with field point on there. All right, coming up pretty short, and let me see if I can get the distance on that target. Yeah, it's 28 yards, almost 30 yards out there. So in order to get used to this thing, really, you might want to pull it in a little closer. So I'm going to try another field point. Now the arrow that comes with it is feels like it's a carbon arrow, so it's probably a little lighter than these. So that might be your best bet if you want to stock up on some arrows, is to get a carbon arrow. That way you can maximize the velocity and the power out of this. Alright. So we're getting pretty close. And this is an actual hunting tip that we'll give a shot and see what happens. We'll try not to drop it on my foot. All right. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of wobble in there. And no doubt the fletching is making contact with the arrow rest. So it looks like it slips through pretty good, but it really doesn't take a lot to affect the flight. All right. See, I need more trajectory. I'm just aiming a little too low, and it doesn't have the power. I guess perhaps if you could pull it back a little further. I'm still working on that. You could get a little more velocity out of there. But I'm not going to say that this thing doesn't have potential. It's just that it's going to take a lot of practice, just like anything else.